Coming to you live from Pachacamac, which is outside of Lima, Peru. Hopefully the signal will hold. It's not very strong, but this is ancient adobe construction, but we do see elements of older megalithic work. This is the first time this area of this site has been open to the public. You always had to look down at it from about like a quarter mile away. But if you look at this wall, you can see obvious adobe construction. This is in the Inca style because you see the trapezoid door or windows on the top, but look at the bottom part. And there you'll see the bottom rows are very tight-fitting megalithic work. Not megalithic in terms of scale, megalithic in terms of quality of workmanship. This is basalt. It is not local, and so like sites in Cusco and beyond, this place is older than what they say it is. That's quite clear. The standard dating here is about maybe starting 2,000 years ago and occupied up until the time of the Inca. But now, because we can see the stones at the bottom are super tight-fitting basalt, which is not a local stone, then we can say quite clearly that Pachacamac is older than what archaeologists say. So that's a new discovery for me. And as we walk along, again, look at the adobe style work above. And then we're going to come up to another section, which the bottom 2 and then 3 rows are megalithic quality of craftsmanship. And it's like any other site that we go to in Peru. In that the stone has been recycled by older cultures. But this is a new discovery for me and really interesting that the lower sections, and actually inside where you're not allowed, you can see that there is even more of this much older, higher quality construction. Well, if you want to be on a tour, go to hiddenincatours.com, please. So here you go, super tight fitting construction at the bottom, much cruder work above. And let's see how long this feed lasts. I only have 2 out of 4 bars running. There's an absolute ton of security here around every corner. That's good for making sure that the site isn't damaged, but it does become a bit of a pain in the neck. So as we walk up, we're going to see another little wall section here, which again has very tight-fitting stones. Each one is slightly different in terms of shape and size, and that's what you're looking at right in front of you now. Right there, evidence of a much older construction than what standard academics say. So since we still have a feed, we're going to keep walking until the signal disappears. Hopefully it'll last for you. And we're going to come up to a traditional garden that was made, featuring all of the indigenous plants that grow in this area and grew in this area prior to the time of the Spanish conquest. So there you have papaya and zapallo, which is squash, and yucca is what this plant is here. Once again, the bottom row clearly shows that this site is older than standard academia. And so going through here, more squash and maize, which is corn, and San Pedro cactus, which is a hallucinogenic substance. Yet again, more evidence of much older construction. The bottom 2 rows. See, look at the quality difference between this and what was built above it. This was clearly a very, very ancient site which was damaged in the distant past. And here we have 4 rows of ancient, very tight-fitting construction. And then here you can see the very bottom section has been repaired. And then we have 5 rows of very fine workmanship. And then much cruder workmanship as we go along. So once again, this area of Pachacamac, which is a monstrously huge site just outside of Lima, this area has never been open to the public. I've been here for the past 15 years wanting to see the fine stonework in person, never been able to. And here, again, more obvious evidence. Here's the fine craftsmanship with the lower 2 rows, and then it transitions into inferior work. And that is the main museum in the background. Well, I'm simply saying it's much older than the Inca, much older than the Rimac culture, which was the culture, indigenous culture of this area around Lima. Lima gets its name from Rimac, which is the name of the river. So the Spanish changed the name from Lima to Rimac.
Sí, ¿no?